pixelated pictures. It ain't zoom into no atmosphere. No telescope actually ever zoomed in anywhere. It didn't zoom in and no telescope. We just got pictures and we got zoomed in images pixelated. Ain't nothing zoomed in and no actual hemisphere or atmosphere. I'm saying this is all made up.
And even the globular clusters in our galaxy, they know to it, and there's about 100.
For an example, right? Let's say, hypothetically speaking, if these stars exist, and let's say you stayed on one of those stars and you actually came up with a telescope to look at Earth, right? Now, we live on Earth, so this is how God can give you a hypothetical science knowledge, the way to test and prove they bullshit. You already live on Earth, right? So you know, if you was to live on another planet and created a telescope to zoom in on Earth, you know, the more you zoom in, you're going in an atmosphere. You're not going to zoom into no pixelated picture of Earth. And the closer you zoom into the picture, it just looked like the image already a still picture, and you just zoom in closer into the image of the picture. No, you know it makes sense that if you had a telescope to zoom in, you're zooming into an atmosphere. Because when you come into our atmosphere, you got the clouds, you got the wind, you got all the way until you come to our lower density level of the water, the sea level, and the earth mass, the molecules that get derived out of it. So when you zooming in, it ain't even a concept of you seeing a light from a distance. You're having a telescope. You're going to make the telescope on the right hypothesis, the right starting point, the right correspondences, aka make the lens be able to observe atmospheres. And then from a distance, ain't no such thing as seeing a light. You just going to zoom into within an atmosphere. So that's another debunking of their cosmos. Ain't no such thing as lights out there. They just making hypotheticals because they see the sun, and the sun ain't something out there. We know light don't got no shape. That light that's emitted is taking a shape and form of our environment. And the only reason you're seeing a light because you're small enough living inside of an environment. They was dumb humans once upon a time, and it was like they just thought it made sense. Oh, that must be a floating light ball floating, and then made religions off of it, made astrology off of it, made all kind of dumbass shit off of it. It's really just truly our demiurge. But at the same time, our minds together. But at the same time, motherfuckers has made all kind of shit out of some shit that ain't even what it is. No, we're experiencing the after effects of an event. We're taking the after effects of an event and thinking that that's what created the whole world, and that is the world. After event crash and produce a fusion of friction, that light is the life. That is the flesh. That's the death. That ain't got shit to do with God. That ain't got shit to do with existence. Nothing. And y'all done predicated your whole existence on that shit. Y'all religions, y'all astrologies, everything. Astrology is water cycles, bitch. And all they did was do anthropomorphized stories of each position of the water cycle. So that's how it still makes sense. But they way of making it make sense and throwing satellites up there to motherfucking track each water cycle is how they get y'all trapped in calendars and time. So it's as above, the water cycles as below, making hieroglyphics, calendars and clocks and time cycles and symbols and shit like that. And then we understand this fucking with our mind in some type of way, so we call it spirituality.
Have very mysterious origins, and it's actually kind of difficult to explain why they even exist. We'll discuss this in some of the previous videos you may find in the description. For the next discovery coming from the web, we're going to go to another galaxy, another beautiful
another galaxy, made up. Made up. All of this is made up. They didn't go on no atmosphere. So this picture right here ain't even nothing out there. They're taking this concept based upon our water cycle, having a cycle, and coming up with anthropomorphized concepts, how we created religion and astrology. This is what science and NASA is doing. This is all fake. You ain't gonna never see no light in space, all water. And then tell them to prove me wrong. Tell them to go face one of y'all telescopes at the moon if it's a rock. That's locally. That's within our atmosphere. Ain't no questions gonna be asked. You ain't gotta make up no arguments that we can't argue for or against, like, oh, we're going to face this satellite opposite towards the sun, and we're going to make sure we create it in a way where it block out infrared, for it can only perceive infrared from a distance. Get your, and then explain it in a way that it's actually taking a picture where we know any research on what the telescope is actually doing. It's just receiving sound waves. It's not seeing anything out there or taking any picture out there. It's just receiving sound waves, and the stronger the sound waves, the same way we got the shit at the bottom of the sea, we call that the blue shift. And the more vague it is, you give that the red shift. So you give it the color on your computer system on what it means for a star to be there still, blue, and what it means for a star that died and passed on, red. And then you bring that to smear it together with green and purple and all this shit to blend it in and call it its gas nebulous, and this is how stars formate. All this lostness. From a lost hypothesis of thinking that the sun is a floating light ball, hydrogen, helium shit, that somehow everything around it is below zero.
But we now can also see it with the James
Dumb
Webb.
as fuck.
And in this case, it looks almost entirely different. Now, this is the second galaxy observed by both the Webb and the Hubble.
There is no such thing as clouds in space. The only way it's going to be a cloud if you stay within that water cycle, within an atmosphere. So it has to have the interactions of hitting another water cycle. Because look, the atheists be watching right now and be like, this Holly makes no sense. Bitch, how the fuck do rivers and seas separate? Star is just a different name for a bigger body of water. We got stars, oceans, stars, rivers, oceans, seas, lily ponds, beach. So if you get into your studies of how rivers and seas separate and how we can have river falls up under seas and things of that nature, that let you know it's based on density level. So when I tell you it's the same way on a mass level, and all of our 5 seas, Moses, starting off in the eastern continents, as above Aries, as below Africa, and then the whole water cycle rotating to Antarctica, as below, in the Bible, as above, Moses drying up at the top of the mountain, or whatever the case may be. So it's telling us about our water cycle. All the 5 seas together within our motherfucking water cycle is rotating to the left. So that's a mass body of water. That's a star. And when it interacts with another star, we get interactions, fusions, and frictions. So that produce light, but it's basically temperature, heat. And that heat, when one group of density level body of water crash with another big ass high velocity cycle of water that we're within, for the most part, it produce what we call it light or heat. And then for the most part, that just produces the many transitions of the same thing, water. And in many different transitions is gases, carbons, everything we make this flesh and fish scale with. Bitch, the fuck, y'all retarded?
And there are going to be at least 18 more in the future.
The light itself is us, not light coming here, bringing shit here. Oh, light brings melanin. Oh, no. The interaction of water crushes and fusion and fricks, and that would produce what we call it carbon, melanin, light, photons, energy. The crashing of water, not the light itself being something on its own. Light wouldn't even be that without the crashing. So light on a mass level is like a crystallization on our level of crystals and gems in our body and our blood flow and our DNA and stuff like that. On a mass level, the crystallizing is us physically being able to see light that manifests, condense, and be the physical things that Earth get derived out of. Water, bitch. Very simple. Do not let NASA or no dumbass religious people tell y'all about creation of light.
This galaxy is relatively close to us.
Because ain't none of them God's children.
29 million light years.
We God's children.
It's also a unique galaxy because it's almost entirely face on toward planet Earth. And by observing this with mid-infrared frequencies with James Webb, we can now pierce through all of this dust.
Oh, this is fake.
Regions of star formation.
Stop. Oh, this is fake. I had a point. Let me see where my point at. This right here. Now look. This how you test people right here. This how you test if you getting rocked to sleep by someone with wisdom or someone lost in intellect. And this how you separate yourself before a person who watched my videos to know if you a person who just blinded or you a person that's an actual thinker. Because you might be watching this in all oohs and ahs, right? But check it out. You might be watching this in all oohs and ahs.
This was actually a combination of several different images. Now, it's still not entirely clear what we're going to be discovering about all this in the coming months, but the actual mission so far has been extremely successful, and the actual data is already really impressive. And so that extra data from James
here we go.
had to track the asteroid approximately 3 times faster than it was originally intended to track objects. In other words, the scientists used this opportunity to test the extreme capabilities of the telescope in tracking fast-moving objects.
Now, stop. I'm not going to say nothing for a few seconds. I'm going to play that one more time. And this how we separate. Because, look, it's probably a lot of religious people or atheist people, too, watching this right now, and they think they are intelligent. So they're not going to know what I'm doing. I'm going to play that one more time, and I ain't going to say nothing.
But interestingly enough, for the James Webb Webb, this was a particularly challenging mission because of how fast the asteroid was moving across the night skies. It actually had to track the asteroid approximately 3.
Now look, the average dumb and intellectual person ain't even paying attention, right? They're just listening like, wait, what are you talking about? He's talking about an asteroid, and he's talking about something clashing or something like that. These are things we need to know about for our survival on Earth, right? This how you separate them. Thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Miss Universe, you said would love for you to come to Lakeville, Florida and teach, or me come to you. Don't know how to make spiritual here. Oh shit, dude, I'm coming down that way. Goddamn in the next week or so on this motherfucking shit. That's where I'm on my way to doing a goddamn fashion show and a goddamn video down in the South area in this motherfucking shit. So I make sure I keep that name in mind, Miss Universe. Real shit. And inbox me on IG or Archangel Uriel 108 at gmail.com. And I appreciate the donation from the bottom of my heart. Now look, check this out, right? Now people not asking the real questions, right? They sitting there just thinking, oh, he talking about asteroids. But look, if he was smart, if he was really somebody that was supposed to be teaching us or something like that, right? Why he not teaching us what's recording this?
This was a particularly challenging mission because of how fast the asteroid was moving across the night sky.
Stop. Why he not teaching us what telescope or what camera is recording this right here? What is this? You ain't gonna see nobody on the comment section asking him and putting that timestamp. Yet, if you got people like me on the internet trying to talk about something, you will see all kind of timestamps about dumb shit like, what about this, what about that? But people don't question about the real shit on here. Who on earth, what telescope we got recording that? He not even talking about that. He talking about an asteroid. But he had to put this video together, right? When I'm on live and stuff like that, I'm the one who had to put the video, so I'm well aware of everything I put. Just like Noriega, he tried to sit up there and say that he ain't know what Kanye West was saying, whatever like that. Wait, y'all heard everything he said before y'all put it up there, and y'all look stupid from taking it down anyway. But y'all knew everything he said before he put it up there. So homie right here got this picture. He ain't sitting in because look, I'm an Aries too, and I'm Archangel Uriel and Terry's moon. Leo send it 6 a.m., 2 p.m., 10 p.m. So I deal with morality. I deal with the personal star, your own mind. Before I will allow him to rock other people to sleep in his comment section, I want to question him. Do he not sit down before he edit his video and question where did he get this image from that I'm getting ready to talk about? Because I know I would. Let's say if I'm getting paid or something like that from NASA or whatever like that, right? And I get some images to help me describe something. I might think I'm smart, the smartest person in the world, but that ain't got nothing to do with wisdom. Wisdom is, why wouldn't I question, where did y'all get this from? Why would I show this to my audience? My audience might be asking me, what's recording this? Because I'm talking real good about satellites and telescope. What y'all, can y'all give me something to explain? What's this and what's recording that? Because that's like, this like in like 1080p, and it's like recording the satellite in question that we threw up there. And why we need the satellite? And we just don't use this that's recording the satellite in question that's taking these pictures, like in telescope. Like you got to question homeboy at this point. He edited this video, didn't he? And we supposed to be respecting him. He got like a million subscribers. So when I look at the comments, I just see it as sheep. I see it as people who don't know how to think, and I see it as just a whole bunch of people that's just ready to attack me as soon as I get in a position.
For the James Webb, this was a particularly challenging mission because of how fast the asteroid was moving across the night skies. It actually had to track the asteroid approximately 3
What the fuck?
Look
at Earth, y'all. Look, they got Earth back there, y'all. Look, they got Earth back there in the back shot throwing up the deuces. How you got Earth in the back chucking up the deuces? We don't need no satellites there. We don't need no telescopes. So we see where our tax dollars went. It went to some cameras, some secret cameras that can record other space galaxies, go in the universe, make every other star around it dark. It ain't got no light rays in this picture, no light helium balls, no nothing, no nebulas, no nothing. There's a good naked eye, good shot picture with a good photo 1080p camera Canon, Nikon. It ain't got Earth in the background chucking up the deuces. You got Earth photo bombing. Oh, Lord Jesus Christ, they got Earth photo. Ah! the sun. Let's get in the picture. We don't want the sun. They move the sun out the way. They're like, we don't need the sun. We don't need Mercury. Y'all get out the way. They told Earth to get out the way, but Earth was like, nah, I want to get in this shot too. I want to get in this shot too. I ain't never seen that camera before. Y'all said it's so thrown out that shit. He ain't about to say nothing about it though. He might say nothing about it.
You know, most of the scientists use this opportunity.
Cherry said nothing about it. He ain't said nothing about it.
Tracking fast-moving objects. With some of these images already showing us a few surprises.
Oh, here go another made-up image right here.
Extremely fast-moving streams moving away from the center where the impact took place.
Some made-up
The
shit.
model seems to show us rays that appear to be slightly curved. The scientists are not certain why all of this is seen this way.
All this is on a computer.
This is definitely
This don't make no goddamn sense. And they trying to convince us like this in goddamn space.
Brightness of Didymus increased by a
Now they about to get us lost in King David right now. Look, never look, King David, never look. This a monad. This a made up shit. Oh shit. Hey, he think he's sounding real good. Let's shut your cartwheel chin line face ass up. He got a cartwheel chin line. He got a Jesus chakra wheel chin line. Look at his chin line. He got a pilgrim borderline chin line. He got an under railroad track chin line. Look at his chin line. He got a Homer Simpson head chin line. I'll float that ass out of here. You can't teach shit. You can't teach shit with that jawline. Ah! You old toasted wheat loaf bread chin line. Oh, float that ass. You just float that ass out of here. You old pork and beans face ass. You got the nerve to have a title of everybody who engineered the shot. Look, this the credits. Look at all these Jews and Masons and Jesuits on it. Look at all these Masons' names. You got the credits on here. Got the news. Got the nerve to promote the people who made the images. And shit. We just watched the movie. That basically was just Walt Disney. They got the credits at the end. Or credits. That was Walt Disney. I'm saying shit. Lord Jesus Christ. Get this shit off my screen. That's Walt Disney. Got the movie credits and every goddamn thing. Get that shit off my goddamn screen. Lord Jesus Christ. Have mercy on our soul. They done got the whole world lost in witchcraft. Star Trek. Now look, I told you I